Hello, YouTube. So again, the reason that I make these videos is I've spent more than a decade commenting, and I just find it um, tiresome to spend hours writing comments. This is just much quicker. And so I don't enjoy doing videos, but I finally just decided, okay, well, it's the only way to go. This morning, I was watching a video with Frank Turek and um, what's his name, Cameron. They were talking about hell. Why hell? Why eternal punishment? Why doesn't God just snuff people out when they die if they're not going to heaven? Um, and there are some different views. I want to share my view with you. Um, this is based on what I know of Scripture and my own personal interactions with God. Um, so, can I support it completely, entirely with Scripture? Mm, maybe not, but I do know the nature of God. Uh, when we're born again, we receive the mind of Christ, so I'm going to go with that. Um, First of all, why eternal? Why is hell eternal? Why isn't it, like you were in the world for 50 years and you were a bad guy. Why isn't hell for 50 years? Life is Human life is eternal. If you read scripture in Genesis, you're going to find that plants and animals, the life that animates plants and animals, when those creatures die or those beings die, in the case of plants, I don't know if they're not creatures, but when they die, the force that animated them, the life within them, returns to God, returns to the source. That's not true of human beings. Adam was gifted life eternally. God breathed life into the nostrils of Adam, and all of us are eternal beings. You're going to live forever somewhere. The question is where? If you want to live with God, if that's an option for you, He's made that option available to us all through His Son, through the sacrifice of Yeshua. However, the majority of human beings don't enjoy God's company. They don't want to be with God. Now, within the world, as the world is right now, even though it's fallen and it's filled with evil and um, it's not a great place to live, we still have the general grace of God throughout creation. So it's possible for everybody living in the world today to have a relationship. Very often atheists ask, do I have to have God to be good? I don't need God to be good, to be moral. And then the moral argument comes up, well, why are you good? Like, what's your goodness based on? What's your morality based on? It's just a personal choice to be the way you are, to say that rape is wrong or that to torture babies is wrong. There's no real solid basis for that. It's just an opinion. However, if God, who is the authority over all creation, says these things are wrong, then they're wrong because He says they are. And in His universe, in the universe to come, the new heavens and the new earth, there isn't going to be any of that. Um, only the people that want to, only the people that want to be there are there. And um, part of your decision to be there is to recognize that God is the authority over your life. If you aren't willing to do that, if you aren't willing to allow His authority to rule, then you are not going to be in His heavens and earth to come. You're going to be somewhere else. And all the things that God brings to creation love, wisdom, creativity, they're not going to be there. They're not going to be wherever you are. The power over your existence is going to be found solely within you. The burning that never goes away is your lust, your desire that's never fulfilled. You're never going to be able to have a relationship with any of the other people there. There may be lots of people, and people think it's going to be one big party. No, you're going to hate each other. You're just constantly going to fight with each other. There's going to be no possibility of any relationship because all the things that make relationship available to us are found in God. And you have rejected God. You've rejected all the aspects of God. Once I asked him about worship, because I'm no more fond of worship than any atheist out there. I am. I have an old man. I have a sin nature. I'm selfish just like everybody else. And I was curious about worshiping God all the time and thinking, well, that doesn't sound really exciting. Like, Lord, 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 So I asked him about it. And he said, well, how do you feel about lust? And I said, well, yeah, I'm pretty for lust. I like it. I mean, yeah. He said, what about love? Well, love is better, honestly, than lust. It's harder, but it's better. And he said, well, if you choose one or the other, which is it going to be? And for me, it's going to be love. Love is just better than lust. And he told me, well, the two of those things can't live together in the same place. The one destroys the other. So you have to pick one or the other. And if you're picking love, that's worshiping God. And he asked me, how do you feel about truth? Because you're either going to have truth or you're not. And for me, truth is better than lies. I don't want people that I know that I love to lie to me, and I don't really want to lie to them. Again, this is an attribute of God. It is worshiping God to desire truth over lies. And that's what it is. And at some point, when the last soul to be saved is born on this earth, the time of this earth is going to end. And those that have chosen darkness, have chosen against God, are going to wind up in a place where there is no God, where he does not exist, where he's not available to them even in the smallest sense. And they're going to be left entirely on their own. That scares me. That terrifies me because I know myself. I know who I am. And I know who God is. And I prefer him to myself, to my own nature. And I want a new nature. And if that's you, it's available. You can have that. If you don't want to end up in a place with, billions of people just like you, run to God. Thanks, guys.